Right, so what I've done, just to make life easier, is cut it with my shears and then run the Stanley knife down the edge. And you can see that is a much smarter way of getting these apart. The mould release has done its job. But pliers to just bump out the base. Right, so we've got the Epoxy product, which has our little wizard in it. We've got the Oakfield Clear, which we haven't opened yet, and we've got the Lucy Clear, which was the first one we did. The Lucy Clear is pretty tidy inside. There's a couple bubbles here around the character, and there's a fair bit on the edge. Again, textured surface I think is the problem there, but that one's come up pretty good. The Epoxy one has a lot more bubbles in this particular instance, which is odd given its performance here. So I feel like putting it in the fridge was unhelpful for that particular product, and that may have created other issues. The Oakfield product looks to be pretty good. Come apart easy. Few more bubbles on the inside than perhaps the others. Similar on the edges, but overall all three of them have performed reasonably well given price point and the fact that the conditions are not particularly favourable when you are putting something like this together. There are cavities on the underside for holding air. There are cavities on the inside of the pieces themselves, and I chucked it in the fridge. I know some brands will actually recommend that as a thing. I'm not saying it's a bad idea. I don't know that it's created a great deal of benefit here. What will tell in time is when I chuck them on the lathe, machine them back a little bit, give them a polish, give them a sand, and that will tell us how the products behave side by side for a sanding type experiment. Also, it will highlight whatever result we actually get once I take off the edges where the bulk of the bubbles are. Going back a step, I think there's two things that have stood out from what I've looked at today. First one is smooth surface. When I did my last tabletop, which was some mulga and round, I used some garden edging. And those of you who follow me on Instagram will have seen the demold of that. I actually hurt myself. It come apart that easy. And the reason I believe that it come apart so well and that that particular job came up as good as it did was because the surface, and it was actually done on this table with clear tape that you can buy at like the Reject Shop or Woolies or wherever for 2/10 of nothing. The smooth surface, the mould release, made a big difference to how well it came apart, and there was no notable evidence of bubbles around the edge beyond what would be expected in a pour without a sealed edge. So I think the smooth surface is important. I think the mould release is important, and what we will do next when I come back is have a look at how the products behave from being machined and sanded and what actual result we get when we can see all the way through without this clouded edge. In the meantime, I hope you guys enjoy the cold, because it is, and I look forward to sharing some more stuff with you in a few weeks. Hope you have a great weekend, and take a moment, if you don't mind, to have a look at my website or check me out on Instagram and see the things I make. And chuck me a comment if there's something I've missed or something you'd like to see me do. Have a great day.